guys, we got the final 4 teams left. Of course, in this NFL season, it's really winding down, of course, in the postseason. But we still have 2 more power rankings to go through. Of course, the top 8 teams we will be going through, again, ranking them. Again, 4 teams that were eliminated, the 4 teams that are still left. Again, chance to win the Super Bowl. Again, there's only 4 teams. Should be a pretty quick video, though. Let's get right into it, though. 2024 NFL Conference Championship Sunday. Power rankings. Let's go. Welcome back to the Fun NFL, and of course, please like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this short version of these power rankings. Again, there are only 4 teams left in the playoffs. I will also be going over the teams that lost this weekend, or this past weekend, actually. Again, the reason this is going to be actually probably the last true, I guess, power rankings. Again, when you get down to 2 teams left, really technically for your ranking, it's kind of like dumb, like you know who's good and who's bad. But this is very important because, again, these are 4 teams left, and it's basically, if you want to win the Super Bowl, it's getting down to that time, obviously. We'll get into the top 8, obviously, as well. Again, talking about teams that got eliminated and where they stand going into the offseason. Obviously, though, that's starting to kick up. So next week, next Wednesday, you can expect, of course, the first look at the top 50 prospects. Of course, I think probably my guess would be Bucky Brooks, someone like that. Or the other dude, I forgot his name, on NFL Network. Yeah, those analyst dudes. Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah. Those 2 dudes. Yeah, one of them. They'll figure that out. But those guys are usually the ones that put out the top 50 prospect rankings. I will be using that and analyzing and talking about, again, the prospects, my initial feelings about some of those dudes. Top 50 next Wednesday, probably. Again, the draft season hasn't even gotten close to really ramping up, but we are less than 3 months away, and now I think we are, yeah. It's a very exciting part of the year, obviously, with so many good players, and yeah, we'll talk about it, too, again. Congrats to Michigan, obviously. It's a little late now, but yeah. And with that said, though, let's get right into it. Starting out with the 49ers, of course, we're able to keep their embarrassing moment out of them as they were able to survive and beat, from here, and beat the Packers as the 1 seed. Again, they were the last team that made the playoffs to play. Again, usually the 1 seed you don't want to play. Really late, you don't want to have that first game like the Ravens did, but they again had the night game. They looked really flat for most of it, to be completely honest. They got outplayed too. The only reason they won is because Brock Purdy, I don't know, figured out how to throw the football in the last drive. CMC was there. Debo, obviously, outside of Trevor Williams, I think is the most important part of that offense. It's not because he, again, is always the guy making the plays, but his physical presence. Again, if you don't ignore him, he'll break a big play on you and gash you for the rest of the game. He's just like that. Obviously, CMC was great in this game. Look back to what you saw from him week 15 and past that, obviously, so it was very good. But Brock Purdy obviously needs to step up in a game like this. He honestly probably is the weakest quarterback out of the 4 left, which isn't saying much at all. Because, again, how Jared Goff has been playing, yes, he struggled under pressure, and obviously the other 2 superstars. It's not saying, like, it's not a bad thing per se. But, yeah, I am right now at 3. It's also because I don't think I think you found a way to exploit their defense. But, obviously, being home is a big deal as well. But, again, we'll see how they play on Sunday night. But, obviously, it's a big deal for them. Because, again, they need to get to the Super Bowl, guys. Looking at it, again, they've lost the last 2 times they've gone to the NFC Championship. They're going to start paying these dudes at some point. So, Niners, I wouldn't say it's now or never, but it's a big chance to win the Super Bowl this year. All right, now we go down to the Bucs, who obviously did fall to those Lions, who, of course, won back-to-back playoff games for the first time since 1957. And I will put them at 8 because, again, they got a lot of decisions to make. First off, Todd Bowles, you can't fire him because, again, you got to the divisional round with a roster that really didn't deserve to be there. But then again, a lot of decisions making the offseason. Todd Bowles was an idiot on that last drive. What the hell's going on? And again, you got to re-sign Baker Mayfield. You got to give him a good contract. There's also a lot of other dudes to figure that out with. You really need to keep. If you don't keep Antoine Winfield Jr., that defense is going to go to crap because he's the only guy keeping that secondary together. I'd say he was the second best safety in the NFL this year. Probably the best overall coming out of this year, though, because holy crap, he was that good. But, yeah, that's the guy you need to re-sign, because if there's one thing you're going to do, it's that and get Baker, because, I mean, if you don't have him, I really don't know what's going to happen with the defense. But, again, a lot of decisions to make for the Bucs. Very crucial offseason for them, because they could be really good next year if they do that. They could absolutely win the NFC South for a second consecutive year, unless, I don't know, the Falcons do something. But that really hasn't happened in, like, 8 years. So, for the Bucs, they're going to go at 8. All right, next team we've got is the Lions. Obviously, they're still in. I'll put them right number 3. Already into my bad number 4. The reason they're not, again, anything higher is because, guys, they are the worst team going into the NFC Conference Championships, obviously with 4 teams left. The problem with them, guys, is when they have to go on the road and there's some pressure put on Jared Goff, he's been absolutely putrid. We saw in that second half against the Rams, he really struggled. Also, and a couple drives against the Bucs, he had some issues with that pressure. But again, he stepped up when it came late, and he made some big throws, which is what you need out of him. Again, if they can really get that running game ramped up, which is not going to be easy considering it's really good versus even better for the Niners, obviously their defensive line. Again, their defense doesn't give up too many big plays, and they're just decent tackling-wise. I think they could probably hold them to under 30. But that Lions offense is going to have to really control the clock, and Jared Goff's going to have to hit some long bombs down the field with some tight coverage. And this Lions team is going to be able to pull off a big upset and not only get to their first ever Super Bowl, but do something that is unfathomable when you think about it going into this season, despite, again, the Lions being considered as a contender. Alright, next team we've got is obviously the Chiefs. The Chiefs upset at 2. The reason they're, of course, not at 1 is because they're just simply not even close to the best team in terms of talent in the league. I guarantee there's like 8 teams you could argue have more talented rosters than the Chiefs. Obviously, though, I mean, offensively at least. Again, their receiving core is the big weakness, but again, they've been not terrible the past couple weeks, and again, Rashee Rice making some big yak plays has helped them out a lot. Again, they have the best quarterback in the NFL by far in Patrick Mahomes. Again, there's no debating it. Again, you can talk about it. He wins his 3rd Super Bowl, guys. Again, it's pretty special, but considering how the trajectory's gone, he'll win this game, which is it's going to be crazy, and then lose. So I'll talk about more about that when we get to the preview on Sunday. But for the Chiefs in general, again, they're basically playing with house money. That's just the simple truth. It doesn't really matter what happens. Again, their defense is absolutely unbelievable. But again, the difference between theirs and the Ravens is the Ravens defense is a little better in terms of getting pressure, obviously, and also they've just got a better run defense overall. So the Chiefs, again, there's a lot of keys, but that defense is going to have to keep riding really high because if they're not able to play well against that Ravens team, they're going to get crushed. Again, they're playing with house money right now because, again, they made the 6th consecutive AFC Championship. Even if, again, it is on the road for the first time under Patrick Mahomes. But who that cares, guys? They just need to win it, get their 3 straight more years, which, again, is possible. And then they break the Tom Brady's record with that. Because 8 years is just crazy enough. But the Chiefs making 9 straight, that would be crazy. Again, they're still alive for that, obviously. All right, Ravens. They'll go number 1. That's pretty simple, guys. They are the best team in the AFC. In the NFL, probably too. Yes, again, the first half was pretty concerning. I will say again, if the Chiefs get that type of pressure on Lamar Jackson, he will make some bad decisions in this game. But if they're able to just stay on a hold for a couple more seconds here and there, and as well get some big plays out of these receivers, this will be a pretty good cakewalk for that offense. Defensively, again, they got to watch out for some of the Mahomes crap. But again, considering how they play, their defense has really never been able to stop Mahomes. They really had that one game, at least in the first 3 quarters against the Chiefs back in 2018, where they're able to figure that out. But Mike McDonald, I'm really interested to see how that goes because they haven't played in technically a little over 2 years. So it's been a while since these 2 teams have played. It'll be very interesting, obviously. But the Ravens are the best team going into this game. They took care of the Texans in that second half. First half was not good though. If they go out and play like that against the Chiefs team, not only the Chiefs score more points than they will, but the Ravens defense is in for a rude awakening in that second half. Because again, if Mahomes can start running the football and with what they can get going there, the Ravens are going to honestly be screwed. So they got to come out a lot faster than they did again last week. But that's really about it for them. Because again, they again, all pressure's on you guys. You got to get the win. All right. 3 teams left. All have been eliminated, obviously. But first out was the Packers. So I'll put them at 7. Obviously, talent-wise, this is a Packers team that, again, very young, but obviously played their butt. You know, no, I'll put them at 7. So here's the thing with Packers, guys. Again, next year, it's a little concerning. Again, they just fired Joe Barry, if you didn't know. So, again, that's part of it, too. Personally, I don't think they should have done that, considering how this defense outplayed some of these other top offenses the last 3 weeks of the season, despite, again, giving up 30 points to Bryce Young. But we'll see how they do in the offseason. Again, they're going to probably have to make some big moves. First off, Rasheed Walker, left tackle. They got to figure out, again, what they want to do with him. Again, he was pretty good all year, but we'll probably keep him there. We'll see, though. Obviously, Jordan Love's there. You're going to probably want to give him a massive extension, something like that. Receiving core-wise, again, it's pretty young. I wouldn't give anyone extensions. We don't want to keep all those dudes, obviously. And obviously, figure out on the right side of the offensive line what you want to do there. Because, again, you could probably keep the same dudes, but it might be a little more expensive than you think. Obviously, though, Packers' offensive line is really good. Defensively, again, a complete overall isn't out of the question. Again, Jerry Alexander is he's just, again, really an idiot. But we'll figure that out. Again, with him being the best guy in your secondary, I think it is very prevalent that you guys get someone who can really just be a dog back there with him as well. So, again, you don't rely on him. But the Packers will go at 7. All right, our next team, again, out of the 2 left, Texans, they'll go at 6. Here's why they're this high. They have the brightest future out of any NFL team in the league, considering they have a franchise defensive player and a franchise offensive player in C.J. Stroud. Again, there's a good chance they, again, won't do too much this offseason, but you got to keep some of the guys, again, that were very key into the successes you had this year, as well as, again, getting a deeper receiving core. We'll get more into that, again, when we get to that big video after my reactions to the Super Bowl and, again, predictions and all that crap. But the Texans will go at 6. Oh my goodness, number 5 will be the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, they still can't beat the Chiefs, and honestly, At this point, just figure out how to beat the Chiefs. That's the best way I can put it, guys. But again, really tough loss for you guys, Tyler Bass and that crap. And that's really all I got for this 2024 NFL Conference Championship. What is called Power Rankings. Again, we will have some cool videos coming up for you guys. I think on Thursday and Friday. Nothing on Saturday. We'll see. Friday, Saturday, something like that. Sunday, obviously, will be the next video. You'll actually see me, which will obviously be the predictions. Not the predictions. The preview of the previews of the championship games. But until then, hope you guys enjoy your the rest of your week. And yeah, see you on Sunday, I guess.
Second half. Tannehill is 6 of 12 for 52 yards. The call is to Balaj. Big hole, and Balaj down the sideline. He will go. Touchdown, Dolphins. Bang! Here in the third quarter for Miami. Balaj, bye-bye.
It's always one key block. Watch Jesse Davis here. Open up this hole. Good read by Balaj. Then he turns on the jets to outrun Alexander.